If we desire to be made conformable to the image of the Word incarnate, we must carry our cross with patience and resignation. Jesus says, "He that does not take up his cross and follow me is not worthy of me." Hand in hand with the love of the cross is the virtue of self-denial. For he who is attached to the comforts of life or to himself lacks courage to walk in the footsteps of the Savior. It is better to be steadfast in patient suffering than successful in great undertakings. We can enjoy true peace of heart only when we carry our cross with patience and resignation. Of what use is it to be impatient in trouble and contradictions? We only increase our burden thereby. When we try to avoid a cross that the Lord has sent us, we often meet with another and a much heavier one. Embrace the cross that God sends you, no matter what it may be, for you are doing God's will and not your own. St. Augustine says that the whole life of a Christian must be one perpetual cross. Value of suffering. Says St. Augustine, when God gives you something to suffer, He acts as a physician, and the suffering He sends is not a punishment but a remedy. For the Lord disciplines those whom He loves and chastises every child whom He accepts. Suffering is not only an excellent means of atoning for past sins, but is also an abundant source of merit. Says St. Paul, "I consider that the sufferings of this present time are not worth comparing with the glory about to be revealed to us." We ought to bear patiently every cross that God sends us, when we know that the brief suffering of this life will be followed by the eternal happiness of the next. The greater our merits here, the greater our glory hereafter. We offer a most agreeable sacrifice to God when we willingly embrace the cross that He sends. Saint Mary Magdalene de Pazzi once said, "Every pain, however great, becomes sweet when we contemplate Jesus on the cross. Whether we will it or no, we must all bear the sufferings that God's providence has allotted to us." A source of merit. The best prayer you can say is to resign yourself to the will of God in the midst of your sufferings, uniting your pains to the pains of Jesus Christ and offering them as a sacrifice to God. The love of God and Christian perfection do not consist in sweet feelings and consolations which are felt, but in overcoming our self-love and in fulfilling the will of God. Oh, how dear to the heart of God are acts of confidence and resignation in the midst of the darkness of spiritual aridity. Let us therefore place our unbounded trust in God, who, as St. Teresa says, loves us more than we love ourselves.